Welcome to the 29th episode of the Who, What, When, Where, and Why podcast. My name is Kathleen Johnson, and I'm your marketing director at the Tuscarawas County YMCA and your host. Today, I am introducing to our listeners two YMCA members to share their YMCA story and to congratulate them on making the list. What is the list, you ask? Well, July 1st, we checked our check-in database and found out who has scanned the most times coming into the Y, meaning that they've come and enjoyed the YMCA, done their workout, and had a great day. The mid-year list listed the top 101 YMCA users and was printed and posted on our social media site, and since then it has brought along a lot of chatter. One of our volunteers thought it would be a great idea to bring the top of the list to our podcast to hear their story, and that's what we're going to do today. So I want to welcome Pastor Lloyd Gooden to our podcast today. Is this the first time you've ever done a podcast?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, well, this may be just the beginning of a great career for you, right?
All right.
So you are number 2 on this top 100 list that we produced and kind of posted in our YMCA for mid-year. And it was kind of a way for us to just generate some chatter to not really create any type of challenge or anything to anyone else, but to just show people the commitment that people have to their healthy lifestyle. And I thought it's brought along some really great conversations. There are some people that were like, oh, I thought I would have been a lot higher on the list, or husbands and wives that are like, hey, when did I miss the workout? Because they would come together and they weren't listed together on the list. So it's really brought a lot of really fun chatter to this. So your name is number 2 on the list.
Yeah.
And as of July 1st, you had 188 visits to the YMCA. That is amazing. It does help that we're 24/7 now and you can kind of come and go as you please. But tell me a little, let's just talk about you in general. Tell me a little bit about you. Have you always been here in the county?
No, not at all. As a matter of fact, I am a very health conscious person, and I used to live in Metro New York.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and I lived near to Prospect Park in Brooklyn. It has a circumference of about 3.5 miles. With a running trail.
Right.
And I've always run around that park.
Oh my goodness.
So I have always been engaged in running. But then I moved to Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And that was not an opportunity. So I joined the Y. And when I moved to Ohio, I transferred my Y membership here.
So how long have you been in Ohio?
7 years now, as long as I'm a member of this Y.
Nice.
7 years, yes.
And so not your first YMCA experience. How do we differ, do you think, from the YMCA in Pennsylvania that you first were in? Or are there a lot of similarities?
Oh, there are a whole lot of similarities. The only difference is that you have a steam room and they haven't got one over there.
Bonus, right?
Yes.
That's
absolutely.
Awesome.
Yes.
So that's what brought you to our Y.
Yes.
You've been a member for 7 years with us. How many times a week do you come in?
Oh, I used to come every day when you used to be open every day.
Yeah.
7 days a week when you used to open on Sundays too.
Nice.
But I do come now sometimes twice per day.
Wow.
Early in the morning. For example, I find this as very inspiring to me because there are mornings when I got out of bed really early and work on sermons. And then I just felt like coming to the Y and concentrate a little further. And sometimes I got great inspiration.
Wow.
How to continue a sermon while running on the treadmills.
So you talked about sermons. Where are you the pastor?
Oh, Sharon Moravian Church.
Okay. And
Yes.
and you've been there 7 years as well?
7 years, yes.
Nice. And where is that located?
Oh, it's a 4776 Moravian Church Road. That is near to Tuskegee Village.
Okay.
And 476.
All right.
416.
416.
416. Sorry.
416.
Yes.
Okay, so it's part of your routine and part of your daily life. Has it always been that way?
Yes. you know what? As a matter of fact, since I became a pastor, it becomes more intense for me because I feel it's a great privilege that God has called me to serve in this position. And I want to be as faithful as possible to the call. And in order to do so, I need to maintain good health.
Nice.
So that I can do the work that He has called me to do. And so I am really inspired.
Well, I find that extremely inspirational because you don't, you think of a pastor as being always healthy and always, in great spirit, mind, and body all the time, but it does take work.
Oh, it's a challenge. As a matter of fact, ministry is a challenge. It can drain you out if you're not careful. And that is why self-care is really high on my priority list. That's very high.
That's great. That's a great thing for people to just remember and to be inspired by. What other types of things do you do to continue that healthy lifestyle outside of a fitness regime?
Well, I continue that at home too because I have one of those tension cables.
Oh, great.
That I use when I'm not here. I use that too. But apart from that, I was involved with throwing darts, dart board.
Oh, darts.
Yeah, we had as a matter of fact, there are different congregations who had competitions, and every Thursday, it was about over 20 congregations. I mean, not just Moravians, but other congregations too. And we had a competition. It goes from October until April. And it's right here in the county.
Where
it started I heard it started over 50 years now.
I have never heard of this.
Yes, and there are many churches, different denominations that are involved. I used to throw with them, but unfortunately I have to stop because my right shoulder experienced a little challenge, some pain. So I had to withdraw because each time, and the darts, it takes a lot of energy to throw to be exact. It's set up as a baseball field. It's the same principle that governs baseball. Oh, yes.
I am so confused right at this very moment. Oh, yeah. So it's darts.
Darts, yeah.
Like those little...
Yeah, you have the darts and you throw the darts and it hits the field, either first base, second base, third base, or if it goes, it has 2 spots, which represents home run.
And so it's played on a...
Yes, on a
board. On a board.
Yes, you have the board set up.
Okay.
And you're at a particular distance away, and each person have to toe the line to throw the darts. Oh, there are some elderly persons who are really involved in it because they have been playing it for years.
Wow.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, they're on break now. In October, they will come back.
I'm going to need to see this.
Absolutely. Well, I will make sure invite you to share on one of these when it starts.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I definitely. If you have any pictures that you can email me of what that looks like.
Oh, the board.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely,
I can do that.
Yeah, maybe we can add that to our podcast or our link before we post, because I have never heard of such a thing, and so I think, but it probably does take a lot of good stamina and health,
a lot of commitment, and a lot of guys are really committed to it. They are there every Thursday evening. They come for the game.
And now, is it just the game, or do you do fellowship and all that kind of stuff?
Oh, they bring a lot of food too. Yeah, there's a lot of food along with the game, so it's everything together. It's really good. Yeah. A lot of folks, and now we are introducing younger folks to it. Some of the younger men, and they are loving it too.
That's awesome.
Yes,
that is very cool. Mm-hmm. Do you play any other sports?
Growing up, I used to play soccer.
Okay.
But I don't anymore. That's beyond me now.
You could coach some soccer. We've got some kids.
I am not so sure because I am so occupied. My time is so occupied now.
Yeah. I bet.
It's I don't know. I'm a little occupied, let's be honest.
So you're very inspiring to others by just coming here and kind of talking through how you do this and how you. What would be some advice that you would have maybe to someone who's new to starting or have found themselves on kind of a little plateau when it comes to just continuing to get out there and exercise? What would you say?
Yeah, one of the great things that I have experienced for myself is that there are days when I don't feel like coming. But when I do come on those days, those are the days that I have the best results.
Really?
That's come great. And get on that treadmill and I start to warm up, and then I find myself doing better sometimes than when I feel like doing it.
Right.
So it's extremely important. And don't just come and expect to find everything in the first week or two. You got to stick to the task.
Yeah.
We got to stick to the task. Sometimes you doesn't feel like doing it, but believe me, it works when you continue.
What does your typical workout look like?
Well, I do treadmills sometimes 25 minutes.
Okay.
And then I do other strength training.
Okay.
But probably about an hour or so I spend.
Nice.
Why? Yeah.
And you're not always there at the same time each day. It kind of just fit into your
when
schedule.
I can come, fit into the schedule, absolutely. Yeah.
That's great. Do you have any other advice that you would like to share with the listeners?
Well, you know what? You can, based upon how you present yourself and how you work out, you can be a great inspiration to others. I remember when I was in Pennsylvania, one day I stepped off the treadmills and a young man, probably in his early 20s, came to me and said, "You wouldn't understand the type of motivation you are to people here."
Oh.
And I was surprised by that because that was not my objective.
Right.
But then I came here to this Y and a few persons told me the same thing. So I embrace that. I don't let it pressure me to do enough to motivate them because it's really trying to benefit my own purpose.
Right.
But if I can motivate someone, well, I embrace that too.
Well, we're excited that you're part of our YMCA, that you came to our community. And were you surprised? I guess my last question would be of where you fell on the list. Were you surprised?
Oh, absolutely. As a matter of fact, when I went into Y one day to work out, there's a chap there who knows my name.
Yeah.
And he says, "Aren't you Lloyd? Are you on the list?" I said, "What list?" He says, "There's a list out there and I saw you on second on the list." So I went back and looked at it and I said, "Oh my goodness, I have no idea." So I went back and told him, yes, it was me. I was shocked.
That's my name, right?
I was shocked.
Do you know some of the other people on the list? Do you see Anne?
I'm not sure. I might have known who it is, but probably not by name.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I was actually, we're hoping that Jamie will be on our podcast as well. And we'll be talking to him, who's number one on the list.
Okay.
And it says James Ross, which is
that's why I was wondering who's James.
So formal. I call him Jamie.
Okay.
And when I pulled up the picture, I was like, oh, that's my old neighbor. It's Jamie. And it was funny because when his reaction to it was like, I don't know, I just come.
What time does he come through?
He's there twice a day, usually early
morning,
early before work and after work.
Okay.
So we're hoping to get
a
chance to talk to him as well.
Okay.
But the people on the list are people that we definitely see, we know. There's a YMCA that does a name tag day where they ask every member to wear a name tag so that you're not just like, oh, the guy that lifts all that weight, or, oh, the guy that runs all the time, or you actually can put a name with that person.
Yes.
And one of the things that they had talked about was when they do that is that people find out that they've been calling them the wrong name for like several months. That's not even their name. But I've tempted to do that. And especially since the list went out, because people are like, who is that? Can you show me their picture? Like, so that I can figure out who that is. So we're super excited. We'll be excited to post the end of the year list as well.
Okay.
And that'll go out, January 1st. Yes. We'll post that up. And so it'll be fun to see where people came. Because there were definitely some husband and wives on here that were like, wait a minute. I need to get over there a couple more times.
Well, absolutely. So there you go. So the list is motivating them.
It is.
Absolutely.
There's a little bit of friendly chatter going around. Hey, I want to thank you for being with us, taking time out of your day. I know that it's you've got a big day ahead and lots of things to do. We appreciate you at the Y and everything that you do.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, thank you. It's the time in our podcast where we give you a shout out about upcoming events. So let's get ready. Here's the list. Gymnastics team car wash coming for you at Saturday, August 3rd. So bring those dirty cars over to the YMCA parking lot. This is a gymnastics team fundraiser. We're also having a family movie night on the lawn, and this is a partnership with the Dover Public Library. We're super excited about this event. It's the first time that we've done it. We have a great big 30-foot blow-up screen. This is a rain or shine event, so if it's raining, come on into the YMCA gym. We'll do it all in there. This is August 3rd, and the event will begin at 7:30 with some fun things to do with the library and the YMCA, and the movie will start at 9. Party, Munch, and Learn for seniors featuring bingo from Traditions Health is coming to you on Thursday, August 1st at 11:30. And Zumba Dance Party. You don't want to miss this. A pop-up with Brenda Ramey, Wednesday, August 14th. There's more. The 23rd annual YMCA Craig Rader Memorial Golf Outing. This is a little bit switched in the name. It used to be the Jack Marsh Golf Outing. This is our first year for it to be a memorial for Craig Rader. It's at Oak Shadows Golf Course. It's on Thursday, August 15th. It's a scramble, and it'll begin at 9. If you want to register for that, go to our website. Kiwanis Health Check is Saturday, August 24th. This is being held at the YMCA. You do need an appointment for that, so you'll want to go to altman.org/ALS Health Fair. And then our last two, Party, Munch, and Learn for seniors, topic 4 Pillars of Retirement, of the New Retirement. And this is by Edward D. Jones. So that's Tuesday, August 27th at 11:30. You don't have to be a YMCA member for any of these things. You can come and enjoy all of these programs at the Y. And then, of course, the Turkey Trot 5K. Get ready for that at the YMCA, but it's coming to you on Thanksgiving Day. Race starts at 9. Everything that we do at the Y, you can register for online, so we'll hope to see you then. There's always some price breaks for the Turkey Trot too, so watch for those. In conclusion, this is our 29th podcast, and it has come to an end. So thanks so much to our guests that were with us today, and of course, to our podcast engineer, Josh, back in the Get Level Podcast Network booth. Remember, if you have a Y story to share, we would love to hear it. You can email me at kathleen@tuscymca.org or give me a call at the Y at 330-364-5511. Take a moment to check out our website at TUSC4TUSC, and follow us on Facebook, because that's where you're going to find all the great updated information. And we want you to share our podcast as well. The YMCA is a nonprofit organization committed to putting Christian principles into practice through programs that build a healthy spirit, mind, and body for all. We want you to be part of our YMCA family. That's all for today, and we always like to leave you with a quote or a statement to keep you thinking. This one's from Pinterest. Motivation is what gets you started, but a habit is what keeps you going. Next time, we'll see you again on the Who, What, When, Where, and Why podcast. Thanks for watching.